So, this firefight, it was... Just let me check the calendar. 8 days ago?
Yeah, day of the NATO invasion. After the flashpoint on Stratus, there was chaos. Nobody seemed to know what to do. Finally, NATO got their act together, launched an assault on the Alta's mainland.
And CSAT?
Caught off guard by the whole thing. They were there to fight guerrillas and not start World War III. So when CSAT dropped their support, government forces panicked. They were on the back foot. Needed to regroup. Major Gavras was put in charge, but it was a tall order. Gavras tried to fortify their position in the northwest, but it was a risk, and he ended up cut off. The guerrillas, they didn't hesitate, stormed its position, sent the survivors running.
Okay, and if you don't mind me asking, how did you come to hear this?
Costas Dimitriou, a lieutenant, and the major's adjutant. Along with Gavras, the two of them were trying to make it to a helipack.
Move 200 meters, front.
You say they were trying to make it.
Mm-hmm. NATO took it out.
How?
There's an enemy. Fast forward, 75 meters.
Tank
Just
buster.
up ahead.
At that point, they had air supremacy. Caught it on the hop.
Did they have another plan?
Not exactly, but they decided to make a stand at the church.
Move 200 meters, front. Helicopter, 200 meters, right.
And the Major, what sort of a man was he? Was he respected?
Yeah, I mean, his reputation wasn't bloodied in the Civil War. Gavras was his own man, knew when to follow orders and when to adapt them.
Not the type to violate LOAC, then.
Well, that's a gray area.
Helicopter, 400 meters, northwest.
In the course of the firefight, the Major used a mine dispenser. You can think of it like a portable minefield. This thing throws 14 mines as much as 50 feet, spread out across a wide arc of fire in front of it.
And they're designed to maim, rather than kill.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. They can still be lethal.
I see movement. Helicopter, 400 meters, north.
The Major
Dimitriou,
ordered
weapons
Costas to
hot.
place mines too. Alexis, alongside a bunch of guerrillas, they were approaching from the north. At the same time, a NATO squad was moving in on their position. They'd been outnumbered. They scattered the mines and sat tight, waiting for the enemy. Facing those kind of odds, it was the only thing they could do.
Area clear. Contact rifleman! Enemy! Immediero! Engage that man! Scratch one! Area clear. Contact soldier! Contact soldier! Contact! Engage that man! Just up ahead! Contact man! He's down! Contact rifleman!
Finally, the message came. Second helo was inbound.
They dispatched another.
Yeah, it was a risk, sure, but government forces were in free fall and the major was important. They just had to get to a different LZ before reinforcements turned up and cut them off.
Clear. Hostiles! Dimitiero! Fire at that soldier! Contact man! Clear. Dimitiero! Engage that man! To the right of us! Cover me!
And
Reloading!
Alexis. He took part in the fighting.
Yep, he'd been in the thick of it.
Man down! Clear. Hostiles! Dimitiero! Attack the sniper! Contact sniper! No can do. 3. Attack that rifleman. Come. I'm on him. Dimitiero! Engage that man! Dimitiero! Engage that man! Right flank! Area clear.
Talk to me about the Major. What happened when he returned? Did he survive the war?
Yeah, he did. He's pretty much the reason NATO's invasion lasted 3 days instead of 1. You heard about the fierce fighting at Karakori, right?
Yes, a colleague of mine covered that, actually.
Well, that was Gavris. He held the line till the government capitulated. And now, actually, he's involved in the peace process.
One, fall back. Contact! Dimitido, fire at that parachute, east. Parachute, 400 meters, east. Dimitido, board that vehicle. Cover me, reloading!
How did your paths cross? I'm still a little unclear.
Oh, Lieutenant Dimitriou. He came to IDAP, to our camp. The AAF provided us with information on the mines. Guy was a wreck, but his training had kicked in. He documented the minefields. Well, as best he could. But for Marcos, it was already too late. He'd already found one. Poor bastard.
Did Costas explain what happened to the others? Those wounded by the mines in the firefight?
No, he got out of there pretty quick from the sounds of it. Andy, though, my colleague here, he reckons some of them were rescued by a NATO response team.
Okay. You've mentioned Alexis was with the guerrillas. Do you know what became of him?
He was killed. Shot, I think. It's sad, honestly. Both their lives, they ended here. Just a few feet apart. Next to the church where they were probably baptized.